Hi guys, my name is John Dean. In today's video, I want to share with you some of the key rules that I live by when it comes to video editing. Now, I've been a video editor since I was 21, so I've been editing for a whopping 13 years. I'm 34 and I can't believe how old I am. And what I want to share with you is secret, because it can take years and years to figure some of these things out on your own. This channel is all about helping you find work freedom by harnessing the power of the internet to help you make money and become financially free. And to be honest, if you're going to do that, then you certainly need to know some stuff when it comes to video editing. So this channel's dedicated to help give you some tips in how to learn to video edit and tips in business too. If you're new around here, why not consider smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe button, turning on the notification bell, shouting it from the rooftop and sharing it with your neighbour's dog. Okay, let's dive in. As with anything, learning video editing is a skill that we never really stop learning. And really, also, it's all very subjective to personal taste. Ultimately, it's an art form. I thought what I might do though, is give you some of the key rules I edit by that I've learned over the years, which have now slowly become personal preference. There isn't necessarily a right or wrong, and I'm certainly not wanting to come across as though I'm telling you what to do. I am telling you what to do. But these rules have really helped me along the way, so I thought I'll share them with you. However, with any art form, there isn't necessarily a right or wrong. Sometimes the rules really should go out the window. Ultimately though, some of these rules, if you really start to adopt them into your video editing work, I believe will really enhance the finished product. The first bit of advice I want to give is on the topic of titles. I've learned over the time that I've been video editing that generally titles look better without a bevel, a stroke or a shadow around them. As soon as you add these things, it's like the background is separated from the title, and it's almost like the background becomes a wall. Whereas if you keep the titles free of all those things, like this, then it blends well with the background and it looks ultimately a lot more professional and cleaner. Also on the topic, if you have a background video behind your title, consider adding a Gaussian blur to the video or lowering the opacity to darken the background, thereby enhancing the text. It's ultimately essential that the viewer can easily read what you're displaying. Scrolly, swishy text is generally fairly dated. Simple, clean text and fades are better. When you're starting out particularly, it's very tempting to make your text look swishy and fly in from all different angles, but as soon as you start doing all that, it cheapens the look of your whole video and it lowers the overall quality of your production. Next, I want to talk about bringing up titles, images and logos and things like that. Ultimately, what I've learned here is the smaller the better for images, titles and logos. Obviously you don't want it too small, but it's very tempting again to make these massive on the screen. But it makes the title or image or logo or whatever look unprofessional and cheapens the look. Keep those images and titles on the smaller size. Next, I want to talk about the use of stock footage and B-roll. Try at all costs, unless you're really stuck, to not reuse the same shots in the same video, as this turns off the viewer because they start thinking that I've already seen that person making tea 7 times. Why are we watching it again? It's very hard to do if you're using stock footage from a free library source like Pixabay or something like that, but it's best to avoid it at all costs. Again, it distracts from the overall message of your video. It's very tempting as well to keep footage on screen for long periods of time. But one thing that I've learned over time is what defines a good video from a bad one is keeping the shots used on screen for a shorter period of time, so not too long. When shots are on screen too long, again the viewer gets bored and switches off and is distracted from the message being conveyed, and their thoughts ultimately move on to why is this sheep there for so long, not doing anything, he's just chewing grass. Nothing has really happened here. This can subtly kill the viewer's attention. It's essential to keep the pace up and the interest engaged. Keep their eyes busy and their mind stimulated. Next, I want to talk about music and audio levels. Watch the volume or the levels of the music track that you're putting into your video. It's easy for the music to distract from the vocal track. This can ruin the video.
For us, I think that's just one of the main things about why we enjoy YouTube, but it's a joy to think that we're inspiring others, local and worldwide. Yeah, so as we started off, just take camera to the goal, film some shots, get some good ones, some bad ones, but now we're in a position here. Yeah, so as we started off, just take camera to the goal, film some shots, get some good ones, get some bad ones, and then now we're in this position here, we're a good follower on YouTube, and yeah, we just love inspiring you guys and everything, so really appreciate it. As you know, we aspire to inspire, that's our main goal, that's the one.
Also, it's easy to make the music too quiet. Try to get the music level just right. Ultimately, you want your viewers to hear what is being said. A loud music track can completely kill the video if you're not careful. On the topic of music, remember to use royalty-free music. I'll put a link in the description to a vast library of royalty-free music that I use, and they've got a great offer on as well where you can actually pay a one-time fee for a lifetime's worth of royalty-free music. I completely recommend them. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, by the way, I just love their stuff. I think it's incredibly great value and I highly recommend you checking it out. Anyway, going back to your audio levels, make sure your vocal track is always loud enough. And you can do that by using the limiter effect, which can be found in most video editor software packages. Just type in limiter into the effects panel, drag and drop it onto the audio track, and then boost the limiter. This will then boost the level of the vocal without it starting to distort and sound weird. You can just quickly boost the gain by lifting the levels bar on the actual audio track, but you can run into distortion and you can run into some issues doing that. So generally I recommend using the limiter effect, but for a quick fix it's handy to have that gain option. Also, when you're doing your videos, consider the use of sound effects. You think, oh, that sounds a bit extreme or a bit in depth, but it can drastically improve your video, believe it or not, and also keep the viewer engaged and help them believe what they're seeing. Next, I want to share with you some overall tips. Details are key. Music not fading and cutting dead, and black frames randomly appearing on the video can be a distraction. The details count. Keep the edit tight and error-free where you can. And on that note, quality check your video before hitting upload. Watch it through once or twice. Check that there are no errors. Focus on the details when you're doing that. When editing professionally, I would spend hours and hours on long programs, but no matter how sick I was of watching it, I would always watch it back before sending it off to be aired on TV. On one occasion, I found a major mistake when I did that, and I was so relieved that I quality checked it. Quality check your work before hitting upload. As an editor, we consider the video we're watching as our baby. We love it, we are proud of it, we want people to like it and watch it. After all, we spend hours and hours of our time on it. But remember this, the viewer doesn't care about our baby like we do. They take it for what it is and then they move on with their lives. Unless, of course, it's amazing. This is a big one, to be honest, because even this video here, I guarantee that by the time I've hit upload, I will be quite attached to what I've done. I'll be hopefully happy with the effort I put in. But ultimately, you guys will watch it once, if you watch it at all, and then you'll move on with your lives. So in a way, I still struggle with this. You have to try and detach yourself from the video emotionally and just put it out there. Put the video out there and keep putting those videos out there in order to build momentum. Keep making content. Next, I want to share with you the difference between an amateur and pro video. These secrets took me literally years to realise. It's the temptation of every video editor to make their video unnecessarily long-winded. The duration of the video should be kept very tight. The pace needs to keep the viewer's attention. It should be punchy, sharp, tight, and all those sort of good words. It's got to keep the viewer's interest and also do anything possible to keep that interest. It's tempting to make it too long and slow paced, especially when we're starting out and we're enjoying the process of editing. Next, we can often make the video unnecessarily complicated. You know, full of fancy video effects, transitions, graphics, because ultimately the video, again, is our baby. We revel in making it look fancy. We like to have the flying objects and rotating in on the screen, and also bringing up flashy and colourful images. The problem with this is it instantly dates the video's appearance. The viewer, remember, doesn't care for our baby like we do. They instantly switch off. The cleaner, the better. Less is more. I repeat, less is more. I remember when I was working in TV, we had this very complicated intro for years and years. It looked really swish. But in fact, when we stripped away all the swishness and made it simple with a load of circles on the screen over the footage we filmed, it made the intro look really, really professional. So the difference between an amateur and professional video editor is knowing how to use the effects at your fingertips in a clean way to enhance the video and not detract from the message the video is trying to bring over. Less truly is more. Ultimately, if I can sum up this entire video, I would say make your videos clean and keep them simple. Don't make them heavy, long-winded, complicated, full of effects, and hit the nail on the head quickly. I hope this video really helped, and if it did, please do me a favour and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, do everything that you know you should be doing, because you probably watch quite a variety of YouTube videos, I would have thought by this point. Thanks ever so much, guys. Keep working hard, keep bashing out those videos, and if I can be of any help at all, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as possible. Thank you, take care, bye for now.